Worst moves by Chuck Fletcher as Minnesota Wild GM. Chuck Fletcher has been the GM of the Minnesota Wild since 2009. During his tenure as GM, he has helped build the team into a playoff caliber team. In doing so, Fletcher has also made his share of bad moves. Worst trades. Benoit Pouliot to the Montreal Canadiens for Guilame Latendresse. Pouliot had a slow start to his NHL career, but now is a solid NHL player. Latendresse had one good season with the Wild, but then he couldn't keep it up afterwards. Johnsson and Leddy to the Chicago Blackhawks for Cam Barker. Even though Johnsson didn't do anything, Leddy has turned into a pretty solid top-four defenseman. Cam Barker was a total bust. Brent to the San Jose Sharks for Coyle, Devin, Setoguchi, and the first-round pick in 2011 used to select Phillips. Phillips still hasn't made it to the NHL yet. Devin Setoguchi just was never a fit in Minnesota. Coyle has the potential to be a very good player. Brent has turned into one of the best offensive defensemen in the NHL. Basically, the trade turned into Brent for Coyle, which is a steal for the Sharks. Havlat to the San Jose Sharks for Dany Heatley. Dany Heatley was just a shell of the player he was in Ottawa, and after 3 subpar seasons in Minnesota, he was out of the NHL. Havlat didn't fare that much better with the Sharks, but Heatley's contract was a disaster for the Wild. Worst signings. Vanek, 3 years, $6 million per season. Vanek was brought to Minnesota to be a goal scorer. Not only did he not score goals, he never hustled when he was on the ice. Needless to say, the Wild finally bought out Vanek's contract this past summer. Pominville, 5 years, $5.3 million per season. Pominville used to be a very reliable two-way player capable of netting 30 goals a season. Now, Pominville is a liability, and they will be stuck with his contract for the next 3 years. Chuck Fletcher, for the most part, has done a solid job as GM of the Minnesota Wild. He signed Zach Parise and Ryan Suter in the offseason in 2012, which turned them into a playoff caliber team. Fletcher also drafted good young players and made good trades. However, even good GMs can make mistakes. Next, worst moves by Bob Murray as Anaheim Ducks GM.